So, spawning here up in the top right hand position as the green Zerg player, it is none other than Dignitas' tefel. And his opponent down in the bottom left, it is the blue Terran from My Insanity, it's jjakji. So, TvZ, what can we be expecting from this? Well, jjakji is an incredibly good player. Tefel is a fantastic European player too. For anyone who doesn't know, jjakji is a South Korean player. Recently moved to My Insanity to join other Koreans on their team, such as Stardust, who's had a lot of success through things like DreamHack, probably being the most notable that people remember. Really, I think it's fair to say Stardust's victory at DreamHack very probably put My Insanity on a lot of people's radars, and it's a fantastic team. I'm good friends with their team captain, Penguin, who's an amazing Zerg player as well, and just an all-round awesome caster. Tasked a lot of WCS with me, but yeah, for the moment, things opening up pretty normally. We saw an extractor choke come down from Tefel. Meanwhile, just waiting to see whether we're going to get a barracks. It looks like we are going to get that from jjakji here. No gases yet. That's the thing I'm really looking out for. A gas coming down now. That just screams one thing. Reaper's going to be coming out relatively quickly, at least most of the time. Interestingly, from Tefel, he's gone for a spawning pool first, and I say that is interesting because generally speaking, up against a Terran player, you tend to see a hatch first. It's a safe thing to do. Yonsu, though, does have quite a quick rush distance, and bearing in mind that it's likely to be a Reaper opening on a 2-spawn position map, and there is this annoying bit of cliff area, Tefel, he's just opting to play things a bit more safe, a bit more conservatively, and that's actually quite a wise thing to do, to be honest, because he doesn't want to be taking big risks, he doesn't want to be losing this. It is a best of one, and therefore whoever takes this advances forward. As I said previously, it's a very unusual matchup in terms of the caliber of player to be getting in the first round of a tournament, and it's purely because jjakji has never played in Go4 before. But yeah, here we go, the Reaper is coming out now, the expansion getting taken by Tefel. Things are all looking good for the time being. He's got good Overlord scouting coming in now. Gonna just get a quick little peek to say, okay, is there an expansion yet? Because that's what he really wants to see. He wants to know, is this down, or is he going to be dealing with some pressure early on? With the Overlord coming in, he's going to spot, okay, there is no command center there, definitely no expansion. That means I've got to be a bit more careful. jjakji, though, is probably going to be expanding behind this. We see he's banked up quite a decent amount of minerals here. The command center should be getting thrown down any second now, and the Overlord does see it. And that's really quite reassuring for Tefel, because now he knows jjakji is putting on some pressure, but it's not going to be too much. It might be a Reaper or two, but generally speaking, things are going to be going a bit more safe straight afterwards. So yeah, as it stands, jjakji just bouncing up into here with the Reaper, but no, Tefel's got a good position on that Overlord. The Queen already in position, and as he's saying, you're not coming up in my base. Factory behind, obviously the expansion already coming up, but this just means that we're going to have 2 Reapers and 4 Hellions. Probably one of the most common openings that we currently see out of Terran players up against Zerg, and the reason for that is, oh, actually the second Reaper was cancelled. I take all of this back. I thought there was a second one in production, so jjakji deciding against getting the second one there. Generally speaking, the reason you do see 2 Reapers and 4 Hellions is because it deals with 2 Queens effectively, and that can be really problematic for a Zerg player. It can force a lot of Zerglings, and if you don't have roaches, actually, you lose drones. Even if they're not killed, you lose them because of just how many lings are required to put up an adequate defense. But all in all, this is still looking quite good. We should see the old switcheroo coming down here, and jjakji playing it quite expansion heavy. A 3rd command center already on its way down. Here comes the switch, all looking good. Note there's room for an add-on here, so just a nice little bit of play there. It's nothing too advanced or too crazy, but jjakji just planning out every move that he makes. Meanwhile, over on Tefel's side, he's getting a full scout, or allowing a full scout, because he can't actually stop that Reaper for the moment. And this is an important bit of information for jjakji, is the timing of this gas. Note that he hasn't yet checked the natural base, but there are 2 Queens there, would make things harder. A drone was coming down to go and try and take a 3rd. Now, even though it's not going to be able to now, jjakji knows that it was getting pulled. There's no other reason a drone comes down here. It's not like it can proxy anything. So it's going to be a hatchery. And the fact that he's seen that, the fact that he knows it's coming, simply says, okay, I can now prepare appropriately for that. The Hellion should be rallied up to come and check the other 3rd base location. Gonna just confirm that, and really jjakji just wants to try and cancel this if he can, but with a Rotron on its way down, with the Evolution Chamber on its way down, Tefel is getting himself into a relatively okay spot to defend it, and let's face it, taking down a building with Hellions and Reapers alone, that's going to be extremely difficult, so probably not going to get taken out yet. Back at home, obviously we've got Stim on its way, the 3rd CC nearly finished up, and well, the natural base happily being muled away at. Reaper is going to try and find another way in. Just going to go and nuzzle up to some nice little drones there. See if we can deal any damage. Good control here. Actually getting down the back of the natural. Sees the third and fourth gases being taken and already getting mined from. So jjakji now got a good bit of information. This Reaper unfortunately will die a horrible death, but it means the Queens are out of position. In come the Hellions. They're dealing some great damage here. Drones are lining up. This is catastrophic damage being done here. Couple more hits, more drones getting barbecued there. Brilliant play there by jjakji, pulling the Queens back to deal with the Reaper in exchange for taking out 23 drones. That is precisely what he wanted, and he gets the scout, and he sees the lair timing, and my goodness, that was a cool play. Even with full vision, my attention was on that Reaper, so let's imagine what it must have been like for tefel and why that happened. But such a solid play. Couple more drones getting roasted. They're 25 taken down in total. Those Hellions could not have achieved more in their wildest dreams. Absolutely brilliant start to this game for jjakji, who, remember, has got the third CC and orbital command down behind this, so he's got the third mule, he's got the 3 SCV production, still on equal worker count, and with those mules just gets himself a good little income lead there. So now we just see 1-1 upgrades coming down. Missile attack upgrades are coming down too. So this isn't going to be the standard Baneling, Zergling, Mutalisk style of play. It's going to be a bit more heavy on the side of getting some roaches down. May even see... Well, we probably won't see any Hydras yet, and the reason for that is because there's been no confirmation that it's definitely going to be, say, a mech build or anything along those lines. There's actually very little information currently for tefel, which is going to be the hard thing, and he's creeping up this third base, unaware, though, that jjakji expanding to the north, and this is a bit more vulnerable, let's be honest, because you can get some units coming around the back here. It's a bit more susceptible to Zergling run-bys, but tefel has no idea that it's coming, and that is really the opportunity that we're trying to see here. The Hydroden is also coming down for tefel, and with these upgrades coming along nicely, he is going to have a powerful mid-game force. And then so is jjakji, whose economy is still looking pretty damn solid. With those 3 SCV production, with the 3 mules, he's got a solid income. He's already expanded to his third at a similar time to tefel. Tefel has yet to take his 6th Vespian Geyser though, currently just running off of the 5. But Hellions being active on the map, keeping a good eye. Creep spread for Tefel going very well. Double upgrades for jjakji, now on their way. It's the infantry upgrades. Road speed for Tefel, and also that lair already done, and obviously group spines, Hydra range on its way. No Hydra speed yet though, and that's why this creep spread is important, is because without the Hydralisk speed, they've got to stay on creep to be effective. So we're going to be seeing a good force from Tefel. He's going to be nice and defensive, wants to try and push that creep forward. And as far as I'm aware, Tefel's still... Oh no, he has scouted. He knows about this now. This is important that he knows about this third. He can try and deal with it. But for the moment, jjakji, he's moving out. Tefel is going to have a good defense in order to stop this. And currently he's not producing many units. I don't believe he's aware that this is moving out, and it might not look too scary, but 2 medevacs with stim, with 1-1 nearly completed. This is going to be very tough to deal with. Hydras are there, roaches now coming round. A good attack arc for Tefel, but with stim, these marines dishing out a good amount of damage. 1-1 not quite done yet, whereas 1-1 is done for Tefel. That's really aiding him in this engagement, and jjakji for the moment forced back, going to be playing things a little bit more carefully. But remember, Tefel, he got a good engagement there due to the great positioning and also the upgrade lead. Can he really make that work moving forward though? Well, there's an Overseer, knows the Widow Mine is still up. Tefel playing it safe. He knows he's got a little bit of momentum here. He just doesn't want to overcommit. He doesn't want to lose those units. Doesn't want to lose what is getting him in this solid spot. Is going to come and check down. May try and take out these rocks to come into the natural base. Could just come straight through this wall, which is only the first of many that jjakji has created. But still, sniping off these supply depots will cause a supply block to jjakji, and with 10 more roaches in production, a stream of units making their way across the map, Tefel is actually getting himself a solid army. He's up 97 to 54 army supply. jjakji building a lot of bunkers in preparation for this coming, but the infantry is still there. There's a few more marauders in the mix. 1-1 upgrades done compared to the 2-1 upgrades of Tefel, but jjakji still heavily supply blocked. Needs to be getting some more supply depots. They are all about to finish up very rapidly, and once again production started. Tanks are coming in. Roaches and Hydras are pushing up towards the natural base. High ground advantage is there for jjakji, and a tank is dealing some nice damage. And is he going to be able to hold? Well, SCVs are getting pulled. He knows it's going to be a little bit dicey. Is he going to be able to force Tefel back? The answer, yes, he will for the moment. And Widow Mine getting a nice little hit off there as some units try and sneak up towards the third. But the important thing is the supply block for jjakji has now been cleared. Tank production 2 at a time on their way, and a lot of infantry on their way through. The double upgrades coming down, but still 2-1 up against 1-1 favors Tefel, who is focusing this orbital command, but with the SCV pull, he's going to go for the guaranteed damage. Doesn't want to lose his army yet, applying more pressure, trying to push through. SCVs once more getting pulled, but the Hydras and Roaches engaging that tank as it sieges up, snipes it off quickly. A lot of SCVs are going down here, and tefel, he is looking quite strong at the moment, but this is by no means over. This push will, or at least should be, shut down. tefel forced to retreat, but does he have more in his way? Well, he's pumping a lot of units, but that means his drone count only at 60. He's not expanded to a 4th base yet. He is still on equal base with the jjakji, and I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, this medevac count is starting to look a lot more promising, and that's where we're going to be seeing maybe a good opportunity for things to get a bit crazy. But with a good number of siege tanks now, the Roaches and Hydras forced back once more. Now we need to really see what is the plan here for tefel. He's getting more Roaches, he's getting more Hydras, still no more droning. He's just pumping a lot into army, but note, the army supply difference, 90 to 78 in favour of tefel for the time being, but that's considerably less than it was before. So, is there going to be the opportunity for enough damage to be done? tefel has already killed 33 SCVs, but the mules are helping to make up for that. Only 5 workers behind him with 3 mules. That's certainly giving a good income amount to jjakji, who's slightly up on what tefel has in the minerals, and of course that's where jjakji is spending most of his money. However, a nice little movement here from tefel, tries to find an opportunity to move in towards the natural base, but unfortunately is flanked by these tanks, and therefore is going to retreat back, keep playing it safe. He's just attempting to force jjakji to come back and forth. Does get supply block though as he flies 2 overlords in. There is a widow mine getting some damage down, but a lot of Roaches and Hydras making their way forward. The tank shelling from the back in a good siege up position. The infantry just trying to hold the Zerg swarm at bay, and once more tefel forced to retreat. He's losing a lot of units now. He's down in supply, and that's really not where he wanted to be because he doesn't have a 4th base up yet. A drop simultaneously coming down at the natural base of tefel. It may only be a medevac full of Marines, but they're dealing a good amount of damage through. 2-2 upgrades done now for jjakji compared to 2-1 of tefel, who hasn't yet even started the +2 carapace, and that means that with an upgrade lead, jjakji starting to get a bit more confident, moving forward, sniping off overlords, supply blocking the Zerg player. jjakji just attempting to get in a good spot, sieging up his tank. The Hydras and Roaches trying to come down, but look at that damage from the back. +1 vehicle weapons about to finish up for jjakji too. That's just going to aid the damage of these tanks. More Marines come through. GG is called, and jjakji will take the game and the series to advance forward and go for SC2.